Hey guys, Randall Cats with another video for you guys. Today I'll be going a little bit off topic. I am not going to be talking about the Chargers or any of the latest NFL news. What I'll be discussing is, this is going to be very, very early, and before I announce what I'm going to do, is anything that I'm about to say most likely will not happen. Maybe some of the players may happen, but we never know. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be basically it's an early, actually no, super early 2018 NFL mock draft. It's my own. This is the players I think that will be chosen by what teams. And yeah, if you like it, if you like what I come up with, let me know. If you don't, leave them down in the comments. And just always, guys, before we start, give a thumbs up to this video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Just give me motivation, you guys. So either way, let's go, guys. So with the first pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Sam Darnold, quarterback out of the University of Southern California. I think the Cleveland Browns are going to finally get their quarterback of the future. They've seen many quarterbacks pass them. They've passed on many quarterbacks that are now stars. For example, they passed on Marcus Mariota. They had that second round pick. They passed on Carson Wentz. They had the first round pick with when Carson Wentz was chosen, or second round pick, whatever it was. So they basically passed on almost two to three quarterbacks. But then again, you got thinking about it like this. I think like 2 years in a row, 2 or 3 years in a row, or some shit like that, they went quarterbacks and they just sucked. The last quarterback they drafted, I believe, was in the first round was Brandon Weeden back in 2013, 2012, and God, fuck, he was horrible. So they select Sam Darnold, and I think he's gonna end up doing great things in Cleveland. But yeah. So move on to the next pick with the second pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. The San Francisco 49ers select Calvin Ridley, wide receiver out of Alabama. The 49ers, they finally got their quarterback of the future in Jimmy Garoppolo. They traded for Jimmy Garoppolo from the Patriots. The Patriots got a second round pick for him, a 2018 second round pick for him. So the 49ers will not have a second round pick in 2018. So with it, they went the right way, and they got a playmaker and wide receiver Calvin Ridley out of Alabama. With the third pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Saquon Barkley, running back out of Penn State. Arguably the best running back in the draft so far this 2018 season. So, Giants need a lot of positions. They need linebackers. They need defensive ends. They need a quarterback. They need a running back. But they haven't had a running game in a very, very long time. So I think they finally get their playmaker in Saquon Barkley. And I think they revamp this team. Well, that's if Eli Manning can get his shit together. Next is the Indianapolis with the fourth pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. The Indianapolis Colts select Bradley Chubb, defensive end out of North Carolina State, or NC State. The Colts need a lot of help on defense and offense. I just think that their offense is a little bit better than their defense. They don't have that guy that's explosive. They don't have the guy to go out there and just get sacks and pressure the quarterback. So I think Chubb is gonna be able to do that. And the reason I'm choosing Bradley Chubb to go ahead of Arden Key is because Bradley Chubb has more of a high motor in my mind. So I think the Colts would like a type of guy like that. They could have chosen Derek Barnett last season, but he was chosen ahead by the Philadelphia Eagles, so they missed out their chance on defensive like that with a high motor. So and I believe in this draft they're gonna end up choosing Bradley Chubb, defensive end. So hopefully that would help him as far as D line. Next is with the 5th pick in the 2018 NFL draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Will Hernandez, offensive guard out of the University of Texas, El Paso. The reason I chose this guy is because he not only can play basically 3 different positions. He can play offensive tackle, offensive guard, and center. I mean, you're probably like, well, 3 different positions. What the fuck do you mean? It's all on the defensive line. Well, I get that, but each one has their different type of movements and footwork. So, with this being said, I mean, I think that the Bengals need a much needed center and a much needed offensive guard. So they select this guy, and hopefully they help him in the running game because he is a run type of offensive guard. With the sixth pick in the 2018 NFL draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Deron Payne, defensive tackle / nose tackle out of Alabama. The Chargers have a pretty good amount of spots to fill, especially offensive line. Especially with the injuries to Forrest Lamp, Matt Slauson, and and stuff like that. So I think even though they're gonna have that, I mean, I still think that they need to revamp their run stop defense. So with that being said, they select Deron Payne, possibly the best run defensive tackle on this draft. So yeah, this makes up for fucking that one dude I wanted last year in the draft, this past season in the draft. I think it was something Allen. So yeah, with the next is with the 7th pick in the 2018 NFL draft, the Denver Broncos select Martez Ivy, offensive guard / offensive tackle out of Florida. The Broncos have arguably one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL. Let's just leave it at that. With the 8th pick in the 2018, up on the clock is the Houston Texans. No, the fuck they ain't, because they traded their fucking pick to the Cleveland Browns. So with the 8th pick in the 2018 NFL draft, the Cleveland Browns select Ken Webster, cornerback out of Ole Miss. They have pretty decent corners when it comes, to like depth. They got McCourty, they got fucking Taylor, they got one other fucker. What's his name? I always forget his name, Lewis or some shit like that. They got a pretty decent cornerback, so they need a fucking playmaker. Unfortunately, they let go of what's his name, Joe Hayden. Joe Hayden wasn't really... Joe Hayden wanted out of there. Joe Hayden really, really wanted out of there. So he went to the fucking only team that would actually want him, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, like being said, they select a cornerback and Ken Webster. Totally helps the defense automatically. Week 1 starter. Next is with the 9th pick in the 2018 NFL draft, the Buccaneers select Arden Key, defensive end out of LSU. The Buccaneers are also a team that are in need of a high motor guy. Like I said, I do believe that Bradley Chubb has more of a high motor than Arden Key, but Arden Key is more of a pass rusher, and Bradley Chubb is more of like a run stop. So I think that Arden Key is just a great fit for the Buccaneers, because the Buccaneers really don't have, aside from fucking Gerald McCoy and what's that other fucker's name? David something, Levante David. They really don't have anybody on that defense unless, they got that other guy, that inside linebacker. I always forget his fucking name. But they have him too, They have Alex Okafor, but they just don't have the players. They don't have that go-to guy to get the quarterback. So I think they choose Arden Key. With the 10th pick in the 2018 NFL draft, the Chicago Bears select Derwin James, safety out of Florida State. the Bears are in need of a lot of positions, especially the wide receiver position, the safety position, cornerback position. In my mind, I still think they need a better linebacker corps, cornerback corps, all that crap. But they go with the best player available, and not even to think about it. You can't even think about it twice. Derwin James is the best player available at this time, so they select him. With the 11th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Josh Allen, quarterback out of Wyoming. The Jets finally get their quarterback of the future, a guy they can rely on. The reason I have Josh Allen going ahead of Josh Rosen and Lamar Jackson is because I feel like Josh Allen is he's more consistent as a quarterback that hardly throws any picks. So I feel like that's what the Jets want. So the Jets will end up picking this guy. So yeah. Next pick is the 12th pick. So with 12th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Nick Chubb, no relation to fucking what's his name, Bradley Chubb. Nick Chubb, running back out of Georgia. The Baltimore Ravens, like I said, they also need a lot of spots like receiver, linebacker, running back, maybe even a quarterback. But I think they select the best player available, and that at the time will be Nick Chubb at running back. So yeah. Next pick is the 13th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. The Oakland Raiders select Josh Allen. Inside linebacker / outside linebacker for Kentucky. Yes, they got Navarro Bowman from the 49ers. Off the free agency, basically. But I just feel like Navarro Bowman just can't do that by himself. And not only that, I believe the Raiders are a 3-4 defense, so they need two really good middle linebackers. So I believe that they're going to choose Josh Allen. Next is the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins originally really wanted Derwin James, but just could not find a suitable team to trade with to move up. So they end up selecting the next best thing that they need. So they end up selecting Courtland Sutton, wide receiver out of SMU. Now, you're going to say, why the fuck would they choose a receiver if they just got Josh Doctson? Well, Josh Doctson hasn't really done anything. They had to rely on Jamison Crowder. So, I mean, he can't really do anything by himself. So they go to the next best thing in the receiver and get Courtland Sutton. So hopefully he helps them a lot. With the next pick with the 15th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Josh Rosen, quarterback out of UCLA. I'm just going to put it like this. Carson Palmer's not going to last long. And we've all seen what's happened already with the injuries to both Carson Palmer and Drew Stanton. I think the Cardinals are going to have to rely on, at least for this season, the remaining of the season, they're going to have to rely on Blaine Gabbert. So, good luck, Cardinals. Yeah, I'm going to stop right here. So, yeah.